bad in both scenarios.
It
insofar as
is,
that you
but
wouldn't
a
want to vote for
child
someone.
does not deserve
So
none of
why?
Wait,
just
but a
because-
woman does?
Yeah, why?
No, but
Just because
a
someone
woman
gets
can
older,
defend
does the
herself a
grade
little
not
bit better
matter
than
as
a
much?
child can.
What's up?
A woman can defend herself a little bit better than a child can.
Wait.
Oh, so you are literally blaming on her. You're saying because
What?
she didn't fight back when she was getting raped.
That's
because
not what I'm saying. I'm saying
therefore
that
it's
she
her
is in a
fault and
position
it's
to
not
fight back more than a child could.
So therefore it's worse when the child gets raped?
Yeah, it's worse to me because a child is a child. They're the future.
Wait,
You
I have a
don't
question.
do
Is
that
it
shit to a
worse?
child.
Would you say it's worse when women get raped than when men get raped because men have a greater ability to fight back?
No, rape is bad, period. No matter
Oh.
That is
But
such a
the fact
hypocritical
is,
double standard.
A woman can defend herself more than a child
Oh,
can.
so when it applies to the man, it is still just as bad, but when it applies to the woman, it's
a man
actually
can
less
defend
bad.
himself too, but now y'all putting words in my mouth.
No,
You
said
you don't know what you're talking about.
it's not
Augustina,
as-
thank you so much for the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. What if the kid is like very good at defending themselves, better at defending themselves than a particular woman, right, or a particular man?
I mean, that's rare cases that's possible.
Sure, you could say that's rare, but like in that scenario, would you then vote for that person?
If they raped a kid, no.
Okay, so it's not about their ability to defend themselves. It's totally about your perceived notion of the severity. You just think raping a woman isn't bad enough.
No, I never said that.
That is exactly what it is. No, I know exactly what you're saying. You're saying that it is the case that you're not disputing it based upon the probability of it being true because they're both civil courts. You're disputing it based upon your
saying
perceived
that I
severity based upon how old they are.
I'm saying that I don't know all the facts on that case.
Wait, you didn't need to know all the facts of the kid, and yet you said you wouldn't vote for that person.
It doesn't matter. It's a kid.
It does. Wait, it does matter, right? Because the point I'm making is that you're disputing the evidence in one scenario, but not disputing in the other, and providing no justification as to why.
So
Thank
that's
you
y'all's
so
whole.
much.
That's y'all's whole point is that Trump's a rapist.
So, yeah, Trump has been held civilly liable for sexually abusing a woman, and you shouldn't vote for
How
someone
come he
that's done
hasn't
that.
been in jail for that?
Then you
How come he-
shouldn't vote for someone who's done that.
Oh my
If
God.
he's been convicted of it, how come
Because
he's
he's been held civilly liable in a civil court, because it is the case that you can't hold him in criminal court because it's been so many years since the event occurred because of their terrible
And that's
law
why you
and
should
statute
speak up
that.
on it when it happens, so they can be punished.
Wait, don't sit there and tell a victim they should do that instead of acknowledging that we have a shitty system.
Yeah, that's
We
why
don't have
the,
a
It's a
shitty
terrible thing
system.
for you to do.
that's why the New
You
York
have a
State
shitty
legislature.
system, but that's all the more reason to speak up when it happens, so they can be punished.
No, so we have a shitty
You
law.
wait so long, and then this is the type of shit that happens.
Listen, we have a shitty law, and because of that shitty law, we can't hold abusers like Donald Trump accountable in criminal courts. But don't use that to say that it didn't happen because he was held civilly liable. There's a unanimous decision by a jury of 9 people, right, where the decision did not have to be unanimous.
Also, I just have a question.
Didn't
Billy,
you just say it was unanimous?
I have a question. If a black person moves into a town that is predominantly white, and all the white people in that town are incessantly racist, and that black person is attacked on the streets because of the color of their skin, would you say that, well, it's their fault because they shouldn't have moved to that town? Or would you say, well, the individuals in which committed that attack were terrible people?
I mean, that's fucking racist shit. You don't just treat somebody like shit because
Exactly.
of
So
their skin color.
we shouldn't be blaming someone for like
exactly
getting
like
a,
Donald Trump, not renting to black people in 1973.
right. And like the analogy here would be just
Donald
like
Trump has done more for the black community than Obama.
Did you hear what I just said? He did so much that he literally wouldn't rent to them in 1973.
also,
He did so much that he calls
How
for the
come all the black
execution of the
people
Central
were going
Park
to him for
5
rooms?
when there was DNA evidence that showed that they were innocent.
he
when
did
the
so
banks
much.
would
He
shut 'em
he
down,
spent
why
4
would-
times
why would
less.
they go to
He
Trump for
spent
loans?
4 times less funding to historically black universities. How could you say that Trump did more for the black community in comparison to Obama, when it is the case that Obama sent more money to HBCUs and Trump literally decreased that funding?
Trump put the colleges on the same playing field as all the white colleges.
What's a white college?
Exactly. All the black colleges, Trump put them on the same playing fields where they get the same grants and all that shit as the same as all the other colleges.
So
So
again,
Trump's done more for the
he decreased funding, and you think that's good for the black community? Wow, dude.
He didn't decrease no funding. He
He
gave them
literally
funding
did.
to put them on
He
the
literally
same playing
did.
field.
He literally did. Okay, Biden and Harris is giving $16 billion over 4 years, and under the Obama administration, it was $500 million a year. Trump decreased it to $255 million a year, so he cut it in half.
I'm just so
And
curious what a
Biden's-
white college
Biden
is.
hit
Hey, Billy,
his
Billy,
son
can you
did
tell me what a white
shit in the
college
White
is?
House.
Billy,
So,
can
and
you tell
y'all
me what a
accept
white
that?
college is? Could you tell me what a white college is, Billy?
I mean, any of them that aren't black dominant.
Wait, so you'd say if there's a disproportionate amount of white people in a college, that it's therefore a white college?
Y'all know.
So would you say that we live in a white country? Is this a white country, Billy? Because most people here are white. Do we live in a white country?
Now you're putting words in my mouth.
I'm just curious if you'd a white college is a college that has a disproportionate amount of white people. So do we live in a white country because most people here are white?
I like how y'all just bypassed what I was talking about.
Can you
and
answer
keep
my
it
question?
one topic. I was trying to talk about Biden and how he covered up that shit for Hunter.
Can you answer my question?
For that.
Yeah, why are we talking about Hunter Biden and when Kamala Harris is the candidate?
Yeah, can you answer my
I'm just
question?
saying,
Do we
she's-
live in a white
she's
country, Billy?
supporting him right now, and she's backing him, and
Billy, do we live in a white country?
we live in a country that's fucked up right now. That's what we live
So
in.
do we live in a white country, yes or no?
I can't answer that.
Renee, thank you for the
Like right now,
$10.
we
Thank you
live
so
in
much,
an
Renee.
immigrant country. Because there's more immigrant illegals here than there is anybody else.
Oh my God, how did the American settlers, the colonizers, the slave owners, how did they get here?
Every race has been enslaved before, so
When have white people
Can you
been
answer the
enslaved?
question?
how did we get here? Y'all know how we got here.
When have
How?
white people been enslaved on the basis of them being white?
That happens all over the country.
Where?
Country?
That happens all
Where?
over That happens
Where?
all over here.
Where?
Every race has been a slave at one point.
Tell me, give
Every
me any
race
point
is enslaved.
where white people in history have been enslaved because they were white.
Well,
Give him a second. William, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Also-
Also, tap that screen to get to 500,000 likes. Share the live as well if you want to support me or Dean Venmo, Cash App in the bio.
Also, for everyone saying the Irish in the chat, that is a popular myth. Yeah, but if you want to support me or Parker, we both have our Venmos, Cash Apps, PayPal's in the bio. You all already know. We get 100% of the proceeds so bigly on there in comparison to about 33% here on TikTok.
Yeah, everyone, do tap that screen. Do share the live.
Hey,
If you're voting
Henrik.
for Trump, make sure to send a guest request right now, y'all.
Henrik, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal, saying W Dean and W Parker. Thank you so much for the $10, Henrik. Chad, I want y'all to show some
thank you
extreme
for the
big
subscription.
love
Thank
to
you.
Henrik. Thank you so much for the love, Henrik. W's for Henrik. W's for Henrik in the chat.
All right.
my internet.
Find it?
No, my internet's being slow.
Okay. MAGA Mobile?
Yo, Sierra, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, saying love you, Dean. Thank you, Sierra. We have the W Henriks in the chat. Now let's throw some W Sierras in there
Let's
as
get
well.
another MAGA up here, everyone. Do give it a second. Do tap that screen. Let's run it to 500,000 likes. Share the live as well. Let's get this another MAGA up here real quick to help them. If you're MAGA, type in the comment section right now and we'll bring you up here. If you're MAGA, type it in the comment section right now. We'll bring you up. Yo, what's up? How are you? Jay, thank you for the $1. Scott, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Please destroy the glasses and all recordings of the live and the evidence that you ever wore them. Yikes. Yikes. My girlfriend got me these blue light glasses, okay? I'm not going to be wearing them every day, but I did today. Oh, he left. They both left. Nice. Dude. Incredible. Let's get this next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all.
Yo, Dare Will, thank you for the $3 on Venmo saying I like your glasses, Dean. The yellow glasses are awesome. Thank you so much, Dare Will.
Wow. Pablo, how old are you?
56.
Luna, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much, Luna. Are you voting Trump?
Yes,
And why is that?
because of Dean and you.
And why is that?
How did we convince you to vote for the rapist, narcissist, wannabe dictator on day one? Are you just like literally the Grinch and you hear all the bad things about him and you're like so morally like opposed that this makes you want to vote?
Hold on, Dean.
Pretty super.
Well, the only reason I'm voting for Trump, well, actually, I'm not. I got you both. Thank you for changing my mind.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's a W. Look at this next person up here. G, tap that screen. Let's get to 500,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. Yo, what's up, how old are you? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Do give it a second. Yo, Ebony, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much, Incen. Thank you for the $5 for your glasses look good. WGF, thank you so much. Sierra, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Love the glasses. Thank you so much. Tony, thank you for the $5 for love the glasses. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Alexander, thank you for the $10 for hours of entertainment. Thank you so much, Alexander. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Hey, I am 25.
Bree, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Bree. So are you voting Trump?
I'm undecided, but I have a question for you guys.
Salem, thank you for the $2. What's up?
So I just been listening to the live and hearing you guys talk about all the great things that Harris is doing for
Alexander, thank you for the $10 on Venmo for the hours of entertainment. Thank you, Alexander.
funding all of these different things, but where's she going to cut? You know, shouldn't it be $1 for $1 here?
Yeah. So she wants to increase taxes specifically on income over $400,000 a year. Not only that, but she wants to specifically do a unrealized capital gain specifically on wealth over 100 million. Unrealized tax on wealth over that. Shiny, thank you for the shiny earbud. Thank you so much, Kay. I appreciate it. And then also the as it relates to the corporate tax, she wants to increase it to 28%. I think the cap.
I
How
want
much
to
to
ask
pay
you,
for this?
Kyle.
How do you pay for Trump?
Yeah,
How
I
does
gotta
Trump
ask
pay
you the
for it?
same question.
3.9 trillion over 10 years for his Tax Cuts and Jobs Act extension. Thank you for the beating heart. Thank you so much. How is he going to pay for that?
No, I'm just saying, because you guys were talking about earlier that, you know, Trump's going to cut X college or X, you know.
How's Trump going to pay for the $3.9 trillion, Kyle?
Sorry, what are you guys talking about?
How's Trump going to pay for his $3.9 trillion tax cuts for the ultra wealthy and the corporations?
Yeah, no, that's what I was asking you guys. I said I was undecided, and I'm just.
Yeah, we actually don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is all these projects that
The Harris House she is funding
Harris
for.
is working on, it's all coming from taxation,
Yeah. That's
not
how
from
it works.
cutting different
Yep.
other programs. It's going to come from taxation.
Ebony, thank you so much
Yeah,
for the
thank you.
$20 on
Thank you very
PayPal
much.
saying love you, Dean.
Appreciate
Keep
it.
it up, bro. I really appreciate you for the love, Ebony. Let's make sure we get at least 200 W's for Ebony in the chat. I really appreciate you for the $20 on PayPal. It's very kind of you.
Yo, Royal, thank you so much for the $10 for changing my vote. Go Harris Walls. Thank you so much. Celia, thank you so much for the $5. The glasses are nice. Shabalas, thank you so much for the $10 for the glasses are cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And also, thank you so much, Tessa, for the $10 for the glasses are cool. Thank you for the goose. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Scott, thank you for the $10 for the glasses are awful, dude. But yeah, what's up, Derek? Are you voting Trump? Hello? Alright, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let's get this next person up here. Follow me here if you have not already, y'all. Tap that screen. Let's get to 500,000 likes real quick. We're almost there, everyone. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Oh, they're not here yet. Alright, let's try to get this next person. If you see anyone, Dean, you can absolutely add them up, by the way.
Well, I had to leave on the account that I was a mod on.
Smalls, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Do you have your second device?
I actually don't.
Appreciate the IC. Thank you so much. Okay. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Alright.
But I actually see someone I'd love to invite up.
Appreciate the method pause. Thank you so much. You want me to mod you?
Yeah, but you can wait until we get our next guest.
Yeah. Because I literally.
It takes a minute. It's
Yeah, it does.
really annoying.
I don't know why they only allow us to have fucking 30, dude. That's so not enough. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
He automatically dropped. Everyone, give us a moment. Give us a moment, Spoof. I appreciate you for
30. So I know it's it should be at least 50. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's going on?
Are you voting Trump?
I am.
Why so?
More so the military outlook in Ukraine and Russia. I don't support this administration and their taste for war. I don't want it.
Okay, so what would Trump have done in response to Russia invading Ukraine?
Jane with the $25 on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Jane. Thank you for the $25,
his
Jane.
administration at all, and then it happened under the watch of two Democratic presidents, Biden and Obama.
Okay, you
'Cause he's
understand
pretty
that,
weak sauce in Russians.
he invaded Georgia under Bush.
Bush? Why are we talking about Bush?
Well, you
Talking about
brought
Trump,
up
man.
you said 2 Democratic presidents.
Yeah.
I also brought up a Republican one where they also invaded.
Well, yeah, but
then
Biden
also-
was in charge, and Biden was in the cabinet with Obama. Same policies, kind of
James.
just spilled on over.
Maybe something that we could say here.
Did you not hear what I just said, though, sir? I just said that it's not restricted to like Democrats. It's also Republicans. Not only that, but it is the case that
Well, when we're talking
Donald
about Russia
Trump,
here.
it not happening under Trump's administration doesn't mean that Trump caused that. It just means that it didn't happen. It's a correlation causation fallacy. You're assuming just because it was the Biden-Harris administration in office,
Yeah.
it was caused by them. Given that same
Yeah.
reasoning, do you think that FDR caused World War II?
No, I mean you're all over the place, man. I'm talking about strictly Biden and
Can you answer my
Trump,
question,
right?
sir? Do you think
I don't know.
FDR caused
Possible.
World War II?
I don't think so. No, I think there was a lot more.
No, okay, so
going
just
on
because
than-
it happened under the administration does not mean the conflict was caused by that administration. Thank you for the hand art. So exactly. So just because it happened under the Biden-Harris administration does not mean it was caused by them.
Yeah, I mean, but it makes sense. There's weak leaders in the office where they're gonna attack Crimea.
So
and
you're,
go off the
you're
Donbass
assuming they're
region.
weak. You're assuming they're weak, and it's because they're weak
Yes.
leaders.
Yes.
I mean, I think we have reason
so
to believe.
What reason?
yes.
I mean, I'm just saying. I think we have
I'm-
reason to believe that, like, the Biden-Harris administration has been tougher on Russia than Trump has been. You know, like they support.
Nobody believes that,
ongoing-
man.
One moment, James. So they support ongoing support for Ukraine, right? Supporting Ukraine, sending them funding and military weaponry would, like, definitely help to stop Russian expansion. Not to mention, Trump, right, supports withdrawing support for NATO countries who'd specifically not meet a threshold of their GDP allocated towards their military budget,
Yeah.
and further incentivizing Russian expansion. And he's kind of hinted
Come on,
at the
man.
U.S.
That-
pulling out of NATO as a whole. But we'd
It's a
also
political
have
ad
leaked
here.
Kremlin. We'd also have leaked Kremlin documents suggesting that Putin thinks Trump is easy to manipulate, and we even have an instance of Trump believing Putin's word of mouth over U.S. intelligence. I think
Okay.
it's evidently clear that Trump is Putin's puppet. Ultimately speaking,
Right.
he really believes him and would be not as hard on Russian expansion.
You know what Trump did in Syria to a lot of these Russian contractors when they try to attack one of our bases?
Started.
You guys know what happened? No. I mean, he in the triple digits. We kind of eliminated them, right?
Oh,
Those were all
I
Russian
thought he wasn't.
citizens.
I thought he wasn't pro-war. I thought he didn't engage in war with any Russia.
This wasn't
Russia at
war.
all.
This was
So this happened under Trump's administration.
It did.
They
in Syria,
attacked U.S.
remember?
bases under Trump's administration.
No.
So
US
did
bases.
Trump cause that?
It was a firing base. It was a firing base. And you guys said you just told me that Trump is buddies with Putin, but yet he's the only one that kind of.
Wait, no, so are you saying that-
global conflict?
Wait, that's exactly what happened under the Biden-Harris administration, and you're blaming them for it.
No. What the whole thing was is we were pulling out Afghanistan. The warmongers of the Democratic
determined by
Party, the
Trump.
neocons, allocated resources from Afghanistan straight to Ukraine. You think that
Wait,
was a
if you're going to
coincidence?
say that one side's a warmonger, I think you could say that about both sides, right? To a certain
No.
extent, based upon your standard.
No.
Why not?
It's proven.
Why can't you say that about Trump? When Trump increased military drone strikes in the Middle East by 432%, he assassinated a top military general in Iran, almost sparking a conflict with them. He specifically blocked or vetoed a bill that was meant to block weapons and arms going to Saudi Arabia when they were committing a genocide in Yemen. He literally vetoed the bill that was meant to block them from being able to commit a genocide.
Then
with
he's also
with
the
those
one that
particular arms.
he's also the one that lifted sanctions on Ben, I forget his last name, allowing Ben to continue the genocide in Congo when he hadn't been able to under Obama's presidency.
Wow. No. A lot of stuff is shenanigans, guys. I'm just. We're talking about Ukraine. I know you guys like to hop around different topics, but
Dude, I'm sorry that are you not able to keep up with the convo? I mean, we're not making complex comparisons.
no. I mean,
here.
you got Dino
We're not.
ripping off like 65 notes in a line. Like you guys are, and it's funny.
No.
A lot
Playing
of
with-
these groups
I'm
that I've
playing
been in
with
have been the
playing
same
cards.
topics, and you guys are with the
Brady,
same
give me the
rebuttals.
dollar.
James, I'm literally
Okay, so
playing
if we
with
have the
cards
same
in my hand.
rebuttals, why don't you
Yeah,
have any
okay.
response to them?
I'm just saying, you guys are just saying, well, what if, well, what if this, what if this? That makes
No,
no sense.
you didn't listen to any. All you heard was what if. That's it. Like, are you totally serious? Like,
Yeah,
that is
you're-
incredibly disingenuous for you not to listen to anything that we say.
You're data
just to
dumping.
characterize it as just what if.
Your responses are data dump, man. You're data dumping.
So now we're data dump.
To
Is
get
it
off
a
topic.
data dump or is it a what if hypothetical?
I know, right?
we go.
Also,
Well-
Rudolph, thank you for the $30 on PayPal. That is massive. I want to see at least 300 W's in the chat for Rudolph's. Thank you for the love.
I'm just
Your
talking
comprehension
from-
skills are like super low, bro.
Yeah,
If that's
yeah.
all you got from this
And
conversation.
what's crazy is it's always white individuals that are always speaking up for black folks, Latinos, trying to tell us how to live, what's right, what's wrong. It's gross. It's woke. It's nasty.
You're voting for a racist. Literally voting for
No,
a racist. Don't
no,
even talk
it's
to
not.
me about like
It's not.
anything like that. You're voting for
When
a
Mal-
racist. He
when
literally
Malcolm
didn't rent
X
to black
spoke
people.
about the liberal Democrats?
he said that 5 black and Latino boys quite literally should have been executed when there was actually DNA evidence that indicated that they were innocent. Right? He popularized the birther movement, saying that Barack Obama was born in Kenya when there's no evidence of that. When there's a birth certificate of him born in the United States. Right? You understand that quite literally you're voting for a racist.
When Malcolm X said that you guys were that white liberal watch out for, he was talking about you two.
Okay, do you agree with MLK? I mean, not MLK. Do you agree with Malcolm X on everything?
A majority of stuff I do. Yeah.
Okay,
He
so
was
are
positive. He
you a
was ahead of his
socialist? Are you a socialist?
times. No, I'm nothing. I'm
Oh,
not,
okay.
I'm
So
not independent,
I
not
thought
social, nothing.
that's a pretty big position that he holds there. You don't agree with
So?
socialism?
And we should be.
I thought you guys were were not the communists. I thought you guys were like I thought that was scary communism. You don't listen to
I'm down the middle.
socialists.
I'm not a conservative. I'm not a Democrat.
But you're
just right
voting
down
for a
the middle.
guy who's been held civilly liable for sexual abuse, defamation, fraud, has 34 felonies, tried to coup the government, tried to restrict women's
Civil
access to
court, right?
abortion, is a racist, is a misogynistic individual, right? Called for
he's-
complete total shutdown of Muslims entering the country.
Here we
This
go.
guy is
Got it
extraordinarily bigoted, and yet you brought up that saying that somehow
Yeah,
Malcolm
it's true.
X's quote had
Can I
anything to
ask
do
you a
with this
question?
just because I'm a white liberal? Like what?
Can
That's
I-
the only reason you
Yeah.
had to dispute all of the facts and
Yeah.
evidence
Were you-
and reason and logic that I just gave you? That's
Can I
it?
ask you a
No.
question? James,
I'm
who's
sure
more
you were
racist?
super BLM, right? You took
Hey,
over that
James,
party too, right?
James, who's more racist, me and Parker or Trump?
You guys are the same, but just you hide it better. Does that make sense?
Wait, so me
When
and
did
Parker
Dean and I not
are
rent to
just
black
as-
people?
House.
Yeah, so
There's
me
the
and
gods in
Parker
the
are
hen
just
house.
as racist as
Yeah.
the guy who particularly refused black people housing opportunities because of the color of their skin. Me and
Literally,
Parker
like, what?
are just as
You're talking-
racist
you're
as
talking
the
about one
guy
housing
who said he
development?
wanted
Come
to ban all Muslims from entering into the country. We're just as racist as the guy who said that Barack Obama is black, therefore he wasn't born in the country, therefore he shouldn't have the opportunity to be our president. We're just as racist as him? Really?
Scott, thank you for the $5. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for saying Russia
Yeah, I
attacked
agree.
Ukraine naval
I
vessels
think-
in the Azov Sea during the Trump administration, and Trump did
You
nothing.
are what's wrong with this country, James.
No, I served 20 years for this country. What did you do?
If you serve
the
for this
chasing the
country,
dream. Thank
why
you
would
so
you be
much.
voting for Trump knowing that
Yeah,
you attempted
Trump
to fight
drafted, dodged the draft. How many times?
I mean, my question was
70%
a
of
little bit
brothers support the
bigger
guy.
than that. My question was a little bit bigger than that. You know, like all our veterans, the people that have died for this country in World War II, World War One, Vietnam,
Yeah,
the
educate
Korean
me
War,
about war.
etc.
Go ahead.
They fought to
David
protect
Lizzie,
and
thank you so much.
uphold the American democracy, to uphold individualistic American rights, liberties, and freedoms. Donald Trump attempted to overthrow and undermine the American democracy and the American government when he attempted to install himself for a second term after losing in 2020 through an attempted coup by an attempt at rigging the election.
Okay.
If you are a veteran, if you are a
That's not
patriot, if
true.
you care about America and you care about American democracy, you
I
would
do.
not be voting for Donald Trump.
Well, that's why 70% of active duty military members support the guy.
So
Tony,
you
thank you for the
respond to the fact
$1.11.
that he
Paulo,
tried
thank
to
you so much for the
overthrow our
$5.
democracy?
Thank you so much, Paulo.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why the active duty military members support the guy, right?
Will you respond
called-
to the
wait.
fact that he tried to overthrow our democracy?
He also tried to. He
did
said
not try to
veterans are
overthrow
suckers and
democracy.
losers. Wait, he
You're
also
talking
said
about like
vet-
16
hey,
nerds that try to overthrow it, that the police let into the damn thing.
Sierra,
That
thank you
was
for the
retarded.
$5. Thank you so much.
No, I'm talking about his attempt at rigging the election by installing fake votes for himself from states that he lost in Congress
Well, that's
on the
that's
count
fake
of the
news,
vote on
man.
January 6th.
That's misinformation. He did no such thing.
It is not misinformation. He is
It is.
arguing that he did do these things.
misinfor-
Trump
it's
doesn't deny him.
misinformation
He
'cause you don't
accepts that
like
he did. I just want to
No, it's
clarify,
not.
James. I just want to
You-
clarify here.
you're entitled to your opinion,
James,
but
I
it's
just
not
want to.
facts.
James,
Go
I want to
ahead.
clarify. Trump admits he did these things.
Yeah, not that I heard of.
Yeah, so he did so in the January 6 indictments that have already unfolded, and he's done so to the Supreme Court. He's arguing that these are things that he did, and he should be immune from criminal proceeding as they were an official act of his presidency.
It's a reach, my guy.
That's not a reach. That's literally a description of what happened. How is that a reach? I'm literally
It's reach.
describing to you what he did.
I watch a lot of CNN. I know those talking heads should be running their mouths about that. I never heard that. Not once.
Wait, 1 second. Trump's lawyer admitted to it on CNN.
Which lawyer?
Which lawyer? Let's see here. Will Scharf.
I'm not aware of that guy.
Will Scharf. John Eastman also admitted to it. Rudy Giuliani also admitted to it. You've never read the January 6 indictments or the proceedings from the Supreme Court? Like,
Nah,
this is,
wave tops. Because I thought a lot of stuff was just a witch hunt for the most part.
no, these are all things that Trump has admitted to. You know, like, I understand how conspiracy theory can be born about how Trump's not a rapist or he didn't commit the 34 felonies because he denies those things. But Trump once again accepts that he's done all these things.
So we're back to the rapist thing again.
No, we're back to the fact that Trump
Come on,
tried to
man.
coup our government and he admitted to it, and you're
The
still
lady
denying.
was a kook, man. The lady was crazy.
Oh, now you're just going to
Okay,
victim
now
blaming.
you're just a victim blaming
Well-
fucking pig, bro.
Well, I mean,
Like,
is she a
I'm
victim
so-
or
I'm
is
just
she
so
a-
Bro,
fuck-
literally a misogynistic pig, bro.
Yo, also SIVA, thank you so much for the $24
crazy
on
about the
Venmo.
Democratic Party?
Let's get
You
some
guys don't
W's
like
in the
this
chat for
one, right?
1 second. 1 second,
That party
James.
is
Let's get
lit.
some W's in the chat for SIVA for the $24 on Venmo. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. But can we just like notice
Jonathan,
that
think of the $5 from an 8-year Marine veteran voting Harris. Base Jonathan in the chat. W Jonathan.
What do you guys do with all this money? Where do you guys donate it to?
Saving.
I don't
Vinny,
have
thank
to-
you for
I
the
don't have to
$2.
tell
Thank you so
what I
much.
do with the money I make.
Y'all hustling, man. Y'all hustling.
Why do I have to tell you what I do with my money?
Hey, you guys are that fox in the hen house again, man. Just hustling all these minority voters on here.
You're
Oh,
such a
so now
fucking
you're gonna
weirdo,
demonize
dude.
us, make us into that
You're
guys.
such a
just-
weirdo. Like,
first of all, you're jealous.
instead of
You're a
actually
weirdo.
listen. Instead of actually arguing against our positions, you just try to make it seem like we're on here just to like make money. Okay, I've been doing this for years without making any money. This happens to be my job now. I don't dispute that. I never disputed that at all. It absolutely is my job, and I get to do what I love. I get to do what is literally my hobby and what I think does good for this world. Now you can sit there and you can demean that and you can act like it's nothing because I do make money. KBC, I appreciate the
Congratulations.
subscription.
Yeah.
But that
That's
doesn't
pretty tight.
dispute anything, any of the facts, reason, logic I gave you. You're disputing the facts, reason, and logic by just giving me your feelings. You're not giving me any arguments.
Chris,
And
thank you for the
$10 for
$5.
savings. Thank you so much.
And Chris, thank you for the $5 on Venmo saying this guy is weird. James, I have a question for you. How much do you think that me and Parker independently made when we were both streaming to like 30 people?
I
much did we make?
me to like 5 people.
Probably nothing.
$0.
I just find some of the stuff that you guys say.
Oh,
and
so
you
were
guys
we
are
doing it for the
people
money back
off.
then? Were we still virtue signaling to the minority voters back
You probably
then?
were. This is probably why you got a big following.
What?
Shannon, thank you for the $10 for the same needs. I appreciate
To be
you.
honest
Love.
with you.
No, so this is
money
the
again,
angle of
thank
attack. You've successfully not been able to
Tell
refute
me
a
about it.
single thing that me or Parker have said. You've been unable to engage in logical and productive discourse pertaining to what you
No.
believe in and why we disagree
true.
with you. So if you have reduced yourself down to an attempt to attack our character to demean the value of the words that we say. This is
No,
what
because
has
whenever I bring
incessantly happened all
something
throughout
up,
history.
you guys
It's
data dump.
to a
You
credit
just start
score.
rattling 85 things off. Start something to stick. You're throwing shit to a wall and hopefully something sticks. You're flicking
So did I
boogers, man.
data dump when I told you that Trump admitted to trying to coup the country? No, I didn't. I gave you my
I
source.
think you embellished
spoke
that,
clearly.
the truth.
What? Can you give me
You're
any
trying to-
reason to believe that? Like, give me the evidence, give me the argument, because you're not giving an argument. You're just giving me your feelings.
No, I mean we went from talking about the military and the whole Rush thing, and you guys just went off.
You
off
said
the wall.
veterans support Trump. I said how
They
could
do.
a veteran
Talked
support
about what
Trump
you
when he
talked
tried to
about. We
stage a coup
responded
over
to you,
Barack
and you're mad.
Purdy,
not
I
mad.
appreciate you for the gift. Thank you so
Come on,
much,
man.
Purdy. So can you give me an argument? Like, I gave you my source, right? The January 6th indictment. and
Mitchell,
Trump's
think of the
argument
$5
Supreme
for
Court.
savings.
Which
Dakota,
was
think
a
of the
witch hunt, man.
$5 for virtue
Which was a
signaling.
witch hunt, man.
Thank you so much, Purdy.
No, I'm saying that inside of the January 6th indictment and to the Supreme Court, Trump argued that he did try to steal the vote from Biden.
He tried to steal the vote from Biden. No.
Yeah,
I
by
don't
sending
believe
slates
in
of
that.
fake electorates. Okay, so you're just disagreeing with reality now? Do you
It's
self-identify
not
as a
reality.
fringe conspiracy theorist?
No, not at all, man.
It is, bro. Like, dude, okay, do you want to hear Trump's lawyer admit to it?
No, because all these little lawyers are snakes, man. The majority of
No,
them.
it is literally
His own
Trump's
lawyers.
current lawyer. So are you saying that Trump's current lawyer
Garrett,
is
think
lying
of the
on
$10.
behalf?
Thank you so much.
Like, like, how can you even say that?
Are you talking about the female lawyer he has, correct?
No, I'm talking about Will Scharf.
No, I don't know who that is, man. I don't know who
support the indictment, to support the ongoing prosecution, and that's
Even
what
just
we're
the
going to
false
be
slates
litigating
of
in front of the
electors?
district court now.
Even just the false slates of electors, you don't think that would constitute enough for a trial?
Well, we would say alternate slates of electors, and as we argued before the Supreme Court, alternate slates of electors have been a method used by previous presidents, most notably Ulysses S. Grant, to ensure the integrity of prior elections. So we believe the assembly of those alternate slates of electors was an official act of the presidency. That's what we argued before the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has reserved that issue.
How can you deny that?
Steven, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much for Vets Don't Vote. Thank you so much.
So how did when it went to the Supreme Court, what happened?
They ruled that the official immunity clause wouldn't apply to the actions. So can you at least concede and admit that you were wrong about
it's
these
in
things
black
not
and
being
white.
done?
It's done.
Kevin, thank you for the $10.
Right? I mean,
thank you so much.
They ruled on
$10.
it.
Thank you.
No,
ruled
so
on
this,
it, right?
so the
He's
Supreme
civil with
Court
that.
was determining if Trump should face criminal repercussions for what he did, not
they
if
said
Trump
no.
did these things. So, James, specifically they said that the immunity didn't apply.
Justin, thank you for the $10
for dissent from the justices.
For
But once
U.S.
again-
Marine veteran who despises
So,
Trump. Thank
James,
you, Justin.
my point was that Trump tried to steal the election from Biden. There's evidence that he admits he tried to steal the election from Biden. How does this make you feel as a veteran? I thought you cared about American democracy.
I do. I just see what the Harris and the Biden administration has done to the military.
Don't pivot.
I don't. So,
Will you affirm the fact that Trump tried to steal 2020 from Biden?
Tessa, thank you for the $20.
he
Thank you
didn't.
so much. I really appreciate it.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think he did at all. He thought there was mass.
But you
fraud,
just
and he wanted to
heard
look
a
into
clip
it.
of it. You just heard a clip of his lawyer, admitting that their argument in court is admitting to the fact that Trump did try to install fake votes for himself from states that he lost.
He did not say fake votes. He did not say fake votes.
Alternative slates of electors. What do you think that
Right.
is?
That's not fake votes.
Yes,
What
it
is
is
that?
because all the court cases indicated there was no sufficient evidence to overturn the election, so they were fake. Sandra,
is
thank
that?
you so much
They
for the
wanted to do
$10 for
due
combat
diligence
veteran
to find
for
out.
James,
for-
what is an
for
alternative
Harris.
elector slate?
Kim, thank
Tell
you
me
for the
what that
$10.
is.
Thank you so much, Kim.
I'm gonna go ahead
About
and
the
tell
glasses,
you.
thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you exactly what that is, James. So what Trump
Go on.
did is he got together his people. He talked to the head of the RNC. He got about 150 people together, and he subdivided these 150 people. He sent them to 7 states with fraudulent certificates of ascertainment. A certificate of ascertainment is what each individual state sends to Congress on January 6th to certify the votes from their states to choose the president based upon the electoral votes delegated by each state. What Trump did,
But he had the right
is
to
he
do
made-
so, right?
No.
As a president. He had
Eric,
the right
thank
to
you
do
for the
so,
$10
right?
for the U.S. Army vet Never Trump.
Was that
Proud
out
of the younger
scope
generation.
of
Thank you so much, Eric.
His description of his job
okay.
description, right? You could do that, right?
So do you affirm that Trump sent fake votes to Congress?
Well, was that illegal or legal?
Do you affirm that he sent fake votes to Congress?
See,
We
you're
could
not
talk about
answering
the
that question. You're trying to catch
Because
me.
you're not answering my question. We could talk
Well,
about the legality of it.
yes,
Even if this
yes.
was fucking legal,
If
I wouldn't
If it was
care.
legal, then yes. Then I support.
Okay,
If it's legal,
so
and
you
by the
affirm
rule,
that he
then
sent
yes.
fake votes to Congress to install
no.
himself for a second term to steal the vote
That's
from
not-
Trump,
don't
and then
use that term.
you're an
Not fake
excuse
votes.
of a veteran. You do not stand for the American democracy. You do not stand for the American people. If you fought
Yeah, you
for
do
the
though,
American
right?
citizens, if you fought for a government, if you fought for
Yeah.
checks and balances, if you fought for American individualistic freedoms and abilities, you fought for yourself. If you turn around and you look at a man dead in the eye that tried to install fake votes in Congress to certify himself as the illegitimate president by stealing an election, which is the biggest internal attack on our government and on our democracy since the Civil War, you do not care about American values, so how can you
Right.
say you fought for them?
Because I did 20 years. That's
What
why.
did you fight for?
For freedom, for democracy, man.
But then you turn around and you say on live that you
Yeah,
don't care
but you're
about
saying
Trump
he stole
trying to
votes,
steal that
which is
freedom.
not true.
You don't care about Trump trying to steal the voice. You don't care about Trump trying to steal the vote from every single American citizen that voted in 2020.
It's
How
not
can you
stealing
say
if
that
it's
that's
legal.
meaningful,
He just said it was
but then
legal.
you turn around and you justify it and say that that was permissible?
What he
By the
did
way,
was
Yvonne,
illegal.
I'm back on my main, so I have to add back all the mods.
Does that make sense? If it was by law and it was by the rules, and if it's black and white, then why not
No.
exercise it? If you
So
think
James,
the election
I'm going to
was
go ahead and
stolen.
clarify. So no, he broke federal law. His counter argument is that he did break federal law, but he should be immune from the criminal repercussions, as he's arguing that it should be considered an official act of his presidency. And as we already know, the Supreme Court ruled that presidents are immune from criminal repercussions for official acts of their presidency. But
And how
rather,
did that work?
It's still, there's still, like, litigation is still ongoing. But the point here is, even if it was legal,
the cart before the
because
horse.
it's an official act of his presidency, right, this still doesn't mean that the action is permissible. Would you admit that this action was incredibly reckless and quite damaging to the American democracy because he attempted to silence the voice and the vote of every
No,
American
not if
citizen in 2020?
if he felt the election was stolen. I would hope anybody would. If that was the case, then you exercise all means.
So you don't
to
think it
ensure
was
that the
damaging?
election wasn't stolen.
So you don't think it was damaging to the voice of every American
He didn't
citizen
think
voted
that it
in
was
2020 in the
stolen.
state of Georgia?
Wait, Dean, make the point of he literally knew that he was going to use this plan before the election. Okay, so he didn't come up with come up with this. Oh, because he thought there was election fraud. Purdy, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm
His
listening.
contingency plan, if he lost, was that he was going to do this, and we literally have him. We have him literally admitting to this.
Why?
What do you
Was
mean?
that
why?
part of a contingency
Tammy, thank you so
plan,
much for the
just in case if it was
$25 on
stolen?
Cash App.
Or
Thank you
there
so much. I
was-
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yo, I didn't see this. Yo, Neha, thank you so much for the $100 on PayPal. I really appreciate you for the love. Let's get some W's in the chat for
Purdy
Neha.
with the 25 subscriptions. Can we get some W's for Purdy in the comment section right now? Thank you so much for the 25 subscriptions.
Thank you so much
That's
for the love,
insane.
Neha. I want to get some massive W's in the chat for Neha and Purdy. Thank you so much for your support, Neha. And Shannon and Timothy, thank you both for the $10 on Venmo. I appreciate you guys so much.
That's dope. Let me give me some likes, man. That's good stuff.
So,
Nah,
I mean,
whatever, man.
just to recap, so yeah, Trump told his chief strategist and his chief of staff on October 9th and October 31st his plan to try to steal the election from Biden if he were to lose. And then on the night of the election, he attempted to call all the votes for Biden illegal. And then instead of chasing the proper channels for like legal discourse on if the election was stolen from him, you know what he did? He went to the DOJ and the head of DOJ, Bill Barr, and he told Bill Barr to falsely announce widespread voter fraud when there wasn't any. And after Bill Barr attempted to go along with Donald Trump's plan, half of the DOJ threatened to quit over it, making Bill Barr forcefully resign. And we see that John Eastman and Rudy Giuliani, his two lawyers that developed this fringe legal theory that he could quote unquote legally steal the election from Biden, have since lost their law licenses. They're no longer practicing attorneys. And at this point in time, Trump has been reduced down to admitting that he did try to steal the vote from Biden by installing fake votes in Congress for himself.
He did not admit. That's false.
Patty, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much, Patty. And Jessica, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much, Patty. Let's get some W's for Patty.
That's not right.
I played you the clip. I played you the clip. You heard it.
Yeah. It didn't come out of Trump's mouth. It came out of some freaking lawyer, man, on CNN.
What did the freaking lawyer say? It was an official act of the presidency. Who was the president?
Yeah, but it's not coming out of Trump's mouth.
So Trump argued to the Supreme Court that is an official act of his presidency. Get dunked on, James.
I mean, if he's by the rule, by the book, if it's black and white, and there's some type of cause where he's justified to do so, then do so.
No, it wasn't by the rule. It wasn't by the book. It broke federal law. Trump recognized it broke federal law, and that's why he admitted it to seek immunity. Why would someone seek immunity for someone that wasn't illegal? James, why would Trump be seeking immunity for it right now if it wasn't illegal?
Because your party has been attacking this dude since he got out of office, or when he was in office. Every chance that they get. You don't think Trump,
Adam, thank you for the
even when he
subscription.
wins the presidency, you guys are still going to attack the guy.
This is a
Like,
pivot.
it's gonna happen.
This is a pivot. Once again,
I'm just saying
he
that.
recognized
No, it's
in the
not.
Supreme
It's
Court
valid.
and on the ongoing January 6th indictments that this did break federal law, but he should be immune from
Andy,
breaking the
thank you for
federal
the
law
5 subs. Thank
because
you
he
so
did it
much.
when he was president. Can you recognize that? Can you affirm or
should.
deny that fact?
I'll confirm it, but he should be immune. And the same thing, Biden should be immune.
So you just said that James should be immune from trying to steal the election from Biden.
I didn't
Again,
never say
Tessa,
steal
thank you
the
so much for the
election.
$20.
Those are
Thank you,
your words,
Tessa.
not mine.
James, what would have happened if Mike Pence certified Trump's fake votes? Who would be our president right now?
I don't know. We would never know. We
Trump
didn't
would
get
have
that
been.
far, huh?
Trump would have been our president right now. He would have installed himself for a different term. Can you affirm or deny the fact
No,
that if
that's
Mike
not
Pence
true.
counted
It would-
Trump's fake certificates of ascertainment, that Trump would have been installed for a second presidential term?
No, I believe there would have been some more
No, so then
digging
he would
to
have been
see if
president.
there was any voter fraud. And
Oh, but
and
the
you guys can
certificates of
have-
ascertainment did not state that this would only count if there's widespread voter fraud. Specifically speaking, the fake certificates of ascertainment from Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Florida, I believe, or no, not Florida. I forget the third state. Did not have any note or significant stating that these would only apply if it was proven in court that the election was stolen from him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot right there. A lot to unpack, man. I just think As far as where we're going with this in this election, I cannot support this woman. I don't even know what she runs on. You guys are all about democracy, but at the same time, you didn't even elect this lady. You guys were